some decks play it even if they don't play white, just to try to stop mono red or rogue decks like this. Or you could too bounce it back on an early turn and then they just can't play it, etc., etc. Maybe you can mill one out of the graveyard and surgical extract. Now this hand looks pretty good for Mike, but once again, if there's a turn 0 ley line, there's not much you can do. And Mike, it looks like, is going to keep his, and Rife is definitely just searching for his ley line, and you better believe that's what he's looking for, as that is his die move. And the die move is all that matters when playing Magic the Gathering. If you hold the die move, you will win. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you finally recognize your die move, hold it until you are ready to use it. And when you use it, they will die. So John's going to look at a 6. It looks like he has a white border card. That might be a just a basic land, though. Or a Birds to Paradise. Or not Birds 2, Birds of Paradise. As we did see a Birds on turn 1 last game. It was a black border Birds, and I feel like a lot of people use the same arts. But not everyone does, and we might see that here. So I'm just trying to help try to identify the white border card in Jonathan's hand. It's not important, but it is pretty cool to make speculations. And notice that he did not have a turn 1 ley line, which is the dream, and you better believe it. It was a Birds of Paradise, 7th edition art, I might add. But that is the 8th edition printing of Birds. But that is probably my favorite art of Birds of Paradise. Birds of Paradise. I'm still gonna say Birds to Paradise. I'm on my Birds to Paradise. Alright, I'm done. Sorry about that. Michael's going to fetch, and it looks like he might just take 1. Because it's the end of turn. He doesn't really need to do anything. No, he's going to go ahead and take 3 down to 17 to grab a Watery Grave into a Thought Scour. I'm going to see Windswept Heath milled, along with a, better believe it, Windswept Heath. The draw for Michael was a Ghost Quarter, and the draw for turn was a Breaking/Entering. I think he just uses it for the breaking part. It costs blue-black, and I believe it says target player puts the top 8 cards of their deck into their graveyard, their library into their graveyard, whatever have you. Nephalia Drownyard coming down. For those of you who are unaware, that is actually one of my more likable cards. I wouldn't say favorite, but it is up there on one that I like to play with. It's a land, and it taps for a colorless, or you can pay 1 blue-black to make target player put the top 3 cards of their deck into their graveyard. It was an old win condition in Reed Duke's Bant control list, that like the big Sphinx's Revelation Thragtusk deck, and it also splashed Overgrown Tomb because of Farseek with Nephalia Drownyard as a way to beat the mirror. And it spawned a lot of people playing Elixirs, and I'm trying to think of the other one that saw play. Psychic Spiral, maybe? Is that what it is? It costs 4 and a blue, I want to say, and like target player shuffles their graveyard in their deck, and then the other person mills that many cards. I can't remember exactly, but it was like the way to hose the mill strat. We're going to see Nephalia Drownyard tapping for a colorless, Ghost Quarter, Ghost Quartering his own land to grab a basic island, I presume. No, a swamp. I don't know what he could be casting for a black. Could be Wrench Mind. Could be Bile Blight. It could just be that he just didn't want a blue source and he wants the Glimpse. Because I assume the Glimpse is going to come down this turn. No, Mind Funeral. Yeah, that's right. He had an extra mana floating. So until he hits 4 lands, and he already milled 2, so it could either be 4 in a row or it could be 25 cards. There's 1, so that's pretty lucky. Right into Beast Within. So we have 1 so far. 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards. That is not bad. Michael's going to check him out and see if he wants to surgical extract any of them. Definitely not the Magus. I wouldn't say the Windborn Muse. The Beast Within's a maybe, but he milled a bunch of them. So, yeah, I think that's just going to resolve, and we're going to see a pass from Michael as I don't know if he needs to really interact and do anything. So that was a pretty good Mind Funeral. I believe it hit 13 cards. I did not start counting until the second land flipped. So I might be off by one, but either way, that was a pretty good Mind Funeral. 13, yeah, I was right. 13 cards. And we're going to see 4 mana to his mana pool. Is that going to be a Xenagos? No, a Windborn Muse. Honestly, I don't know what this one does. If I had to guess, I would say it has something to do with you having to pay mana to attack or block, but I don't know for sure. The last time it was in Standard was when I first started Magic. Glimpse the Unthinkable comes down. That's going to be a mill 10. As we see Choke, Birds, Forest, Birds, followed by a Dragonlord Dramoka, Sigarda. Oh no, the win cons are gone. Leyline, and that is the one that will probably be Surgical Extracted, just to make sure that Michael doesn't lose to it if he top decks it on the next turn. Windborn Muse, for those of you who don't know, including myself, it is a 2/3 flyer for 3 and a white, and it says flying, which I already said. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature that they control that is attacking you. So it's like Ghostly Prison. It's just another Ghostly Prison. So I think he was taking a quick look at his hand, and now he's going to look through the deck. He searched the graveyard. Looks like those are some Rest in Pieces, Ghostly Prisons, and yeah, I don't think there's a way that now... He milled most of his win conditions. Michael milled most of Jonathan's win conditions. So this is going to be a really uphill battle for Jonathan. But it's not out of the question that he comes back, as he might have 1 or 2 more creatures in there. And Michael is stuck on 2 lands. He does have double breaking in his hand, along with a Snapcaster Mage. So we'll see what happens here. Jonathan's going to draw for turn pretty soon after he shuffles and all of that. I guess Jonathan is at 20 life. I didn't mark his life total because, honestly, I don't want to be mean, but it doesn't matter as much because I can't imagine that Michael ever wins by attacking. He might get there 20 times with a Hedron Crab, and maybe Snapcaster deals enough, but yeah. So Michael's going to go down to 15 life from the attack, and oddly enough, he did not mark it on the flip page thing. That's pretty funny, since he's the innovator of that. I think it's funny that he didn't mark it. But no worries, Michael, as I have life kept right here. You are at 15 life from that attack for 2. And an untap's going to be had by Michael, who's going to draw a Hedron Crab. So that's not an ideal draw, but that's okay. He's probably just going to breaking. Yeah, he's going to mill you 8. I'm pretty sure it's 8. We'll find out in just a second. 1, Sylvan Caryatid. 2, Dragonlord Dramoka. 3, Wooded Foothills. 4, Forest. 5, Wall of Omens. 6, Temple Garden. 7, Wall of Omens. 8, Windswept Heath. So yes, 8 cards come down. And another Dragonlord got milled. So that's not what Jonathan wants to see at all. Now, he could have like an Elixir of Immortality or something that he sideboarded in, and that would completely devastate Michael here, I believe. So Michael is at 15. And he's going to... And I guess I missed something. Michael's going to end up at 13. Overgrown Tomb comes down tap for Jonathan. Attack for 2 is going to put Michael down to 11. The draw for turn. It's going to be a Watery Grave. He can now play the Hedron Crab. And that'll be 11 cards. So Hedron Crab's going to come down. Watery Grave will probably come into play untapped. Putting Michael down to 9. Yeah, it's going to put Michael down to 9. This is going to be 11 cards off the top, and I haven't done the math. Let's see. I guess I could do it really quick. 13, 10, 8, 8, 3, 16... plus 16, 32, 42. So he's going to have like 7 cards left in library? Or, wait, no, 3? I don't know. Maybe 10. I have no idea. All right, I guess that means Michael got it, as there was a high five on stream. Well, I'll say this: if Prison gets the ley line, it's a 100% win percentage for them, because Blue-Black, other than Perilous Vault or something like that, Oblivion Stone, etc., does not have a way to deal with that card. But if it doesn't get it, for the Prison deck, it has to be a really bad win percentage if they don't get it, because they do not have a lot of ways to really affect the board or do anything. Like, they're just going to play out like 2 power creatures, which are fine, and they win games by themselves. Obviously, they do it all the time, and both of these players have done well in this tournament, and so we know that actually happens. But it's still probably not a very good win percentage for 4-color Prison. So I'm going to switch it back over to me, and that is going to be, I think, our last one of the night. Hopefully I'll be able to get top 8 to you. But in the meantime, I don't really have any other giveaways. I don't have anything else to say other than, once again, and I know I've said it, this will be like the 5th time already, but thank you for watching. As always, I'm going to lift my shirt up. Hometown Hobbies. I'm wearing my light blue one today. We have 3 different colored t-shirts: black, light blue, and dark blue. And hopefully we're going to get some new ones soon. Maybe green or red or something. Something a little spicy. A little spicy. Something. But, yeah, so that's going to be it for that match. And let me see if I can get the names of the top 8 players, if top 8 is had yet. Standard top 8 was easy. Everybody who played. But Modern, I'm going to go ahead and send a text really quick and see if I can get the top 8 player names. It's not a big deal if I don't. I'm trying to think of the players that I know are doing well. I think Matt double drew into top 8. He's playing the Abzan Coco deck. Tom Perry, I don't know what he's playing this week. He played Living In last week, and the week before he played Storm. He also, I believe, double drew into top 8. Cody Faulkner was doing really well. He was XO, maybe XO and 1. He might have had to play in round 4. I don't know what he did in round 5. And also, I don't actually know how he finished in round 4, but he was 3-0 going into that round, so it's safe to assume that he's going to top 8. It's not a guarantee, but it's, it's a guess. I think Josh Black is going to top 8. He's playing Grixis Twin. I did not see who won that game that I had on camera, though, so I'm not entirely sure how that works. So right now I'm just going to wait on this text from Matt, but other than that, this is pretty much it. I'm just waiting to announce the top 8 players at this point. Right now we scheduled our next pre-PTQ. Let me see if I can remember the date. I have to look at a calendar really quick. It's in October, I know that. Maybe October 24th or 17th. I can't remember. Oh, let me see. But yeah, we have our next IQ scheduled and PPTQ, all that. It is going to be standard. Standard, and it will be with Battle for Zendikar. Who's ready to cast Jace the Mind Sculptor? I'm just going to say it. Rumors. I'm just going to start my own rumors. Jace, Lotus, Tarmogoyf, all in the same set. It's going to be bonkers. It's going to be fun. We're going to see a lot of turn 1 Jace the Mind Sculptors. And you know what that's going to do? Probably win the game, honestly. But no, we don't know what's in Battle for Zendikar yet. Hopefully some of the Zendikar fetch lands. Honestly, I think it'd be cool if they reprinted Jace. I know they won't, but it would be a blast, as he was my second favorite Magic card to ever play with. I didn't get to play with him often. So it looks like top 8 is in order. Well, actually, I don't know if there is an order to this. It's going to be Cody Faulkner, Matt Oldacre, Tom Perry, Jesse Hill, Kean Finley. He hasn't been on stream yet. He hasn't been down to many FNMs since we've started streaming, so he's a regular here, though. So, awesome, Kean. Congrats on the top 8. Brandon Hodge, long-time player here. He has a wife and kids, so he doesn't get to come as much as he used to, but it's awesome to have you here. Congrats to you also, Brandon. Christina, Matt's wife, and Michael Stewart. Hey, Michael won the last match and made it to top 8. That's pretty awesome. I didn't know their record, so I didn't even know if that was a top 8 caliber or top 8 deciding match. That's the way you say it. I was struggling there. It is pretty late. Actually, that's the reason I didn't stream tonight, is I felt too tired to, and that's actually why Carter also didn't stream. But thank you guys for watching. It's about that time, so that your top 8 one more time. is going to be Cody Faulkner playing Elves, Matt Oldacre playing as in Coco. Tom Perry, I'm going to say he's playing Living In because I just